Hello, welcome back to my channel. Let's have a go with my hashtag bewitched seasonal spread. And today we're looking at prompt number 4. Prompt 4 holds a little bit of creative magic for a house cleansing wash, which is one of my favourite things to do anyway. So we have looked at what's coming in. We have looked at the dead wood to be cut loose. We have looked at what's causing us woes. We are now looking at our useful broom, best way to clear the dead wood. The perfect time to do so. So if I bring this up, I'm hoping we can read prompt number 4. So the useful broom, what is the best way to clear this dead wood forever? And the dead wood was what needed to be cut loose, and that was what we finished on last time. And so for number 4, what is the best way to clear this dead wood forever? You can do this with 1 card, 2 cards, oracle, doesn't matter. I have decided to overcomplicate my own spread by doing spreads for each prompt based on spreads that I've already used, so not ones that I'm creating. So I had a little look through my journals. Guess what? I have some spreads. I have one here, which is from Emerald Lotus Flower, and it is actually called the Spiritual Cleanse. I think this one maybe, I'm not sure. I'm kind of in two minds, but this one sounds like it could be a good one. So what I'm looking for is the energy that's surrounding me, how the energy surrounding me is affecting me, what I can do to cleanse this energy, and then how can I raise my energetic vibration. I think that's actually a really good one for a spiritual cleanse. So, and then I found this one, which is a self-check-in spread, and this is from Chris at Barely Balanced Tarot. And he does this spread a lot. So this one is simply that, self-check-in, 3 prompts. 1 is what is the situation, 2 is what is influencing, and 3 is the action. That's it, 3 prompts. But I thought that could be a good one for those of you who want a simple, quick spread. Are the first ones that caught me. So I've got 2 here. They're both simple Sunday spreads. How can I nurture my connection to my emotional self? I thought that kind of goes hand in hand with cleaning out dead wood. And the prompts being identify the issue, utilise better understanding, and then engage to create changes. And did I say these are Boho Tarot Simple Sunday Spreads on her Facebook page? And then this one, as in what do I need to release in my life? So it's got the perfect heading. So we have what is I'm releasing for peace of mind, what do I need for light of heart, and what do I need for free of soul? Actually, I like this one. But then I had 2 more. So it looks like I was doing a bit of deep work here. There's a pattern in the spreads for June last year. Lisa Papez did a video. It was in her Learn to Read Tarot with Me, hashtag 5. And one of the ones she did was a shadow work 3 prompt spread. And it is observe what you need to notice, own, integrating or owning this issue. 3, change, how do I change? But I think that one might be good for a further prompt coming up. So I'm not going to look at that one. And then this one, I haven't written down where it's come from. So I don't know if I actually did this based on, I can't remember, I'd have to go back and watch my own video. How ridiculous is that? I think I did it based on the keywords on the Alice Oracle. So I put what's going on for deeper perspective. So what's going on? What is it that keeps repeating the cycle, the pattern? And then how can I move on from this repetitive cycle? So those were 2 more that I thought were good, but I'm thinking this one. Okay, I'm back. I have merged the spreads. So we've merged the 2. So I've merged the one from Emerald Lotus Flower, Spiritual Cleansing, with a couple of Simple Sunday kind of wordings and some of my own thoughts. So what we're going to do is a 3-4 card spread. We'll see how it goes. We're going to do this intuitively now for this prompt. And we're going to go with what is it that I'm in need of cutting loose? How is energy affecting me? And then how can I raise my energetic vibration for prompt 4? And I did say most of these will be based around the Bonestone Earthflesh. So we have my deck here. Okay. I'm just working out how to put these down. So these 2 came out together. So we have the Tower and the 10 of Cups. Bottom one wants to come out. Ace of Wands. So how can I raise my energetic vibration? Oops. The Goddess. Or the Earth Goddess. I do want a little bit of, let's see what the book says. It's got some good keywords in here. So every stage of life lays the foundation for the next stage of life. Treasure each stage of life. Sacred light warrior, the maiden, the mother, the crone. What comes to your mind when you think of the triple moon goddess? Okay. She is the mother, maiden, and crone, a trinity of woman experiencing each phase of their lives. Each woman is portrayed as an individual, fundamentally as she is the same person entwined and wrapped into one being. Each life stage is associated with the phase. And then it gives us a little bit about the maiden, mother, and crone with the waxing and waning moons. Society paints this picture, but please know that women of all ages are capable of conquering beyond imaginable. We have different experiences, all adding to our strength, endurance, and intelligence. There are many in-between stages. We do not all follow the dotted lines. Instead, each one of us is unique. We come into so many valuable layers and with an infinity of faces and powers. Yes, you are a true goddess. So the intention, magic runs deeply through your veins, the wild and free. Awaken your soul and embrace all of your journeys around the sun. Whether they are traditional or all your own shining uniqueness, we are all warrior women. Uniqueness, well, there we go. I'm definitely having a go at doing a unique spread in my own unique way, right? So we've got that one. And then to add another layer to this, I can't actually believe how deep this spread is, one, going, and two, the way in which I'm being led to run it, as in pulling prompt spreads, expanding on one card's pulls in this way. I think this might be actually I've got a rough idea of where it may be coming from, because I do have something that's been going on for the last 12 months that is out of my control, and I can't control it, and that's neither here nor there, but I have got something for the last 12 months that's been going on, and it does affect my kind of my boundaries and my home life, and just people externally overstepping their marks and boundaries and thinking they can royally lord it up over you type things. I think this is what this is here, and I don't really want to go too much further into that because I don't like giving that energy. I'm trying to lighten it by changing the energy around everything else that happens. So I think this is where this is going, and therefore I'm not going to go too much further into these cards, I think, on screen, if you don't mind. But I'm hoping that you are seeing that when you get a difficult pair, there is something hidden in there that's meant to be. And then even to have the ace come out, which would normally be a very positive card, in a semi-negative place, is the immediate interpretation here is seeing what's going on, and how it's affecting me is it's creating these new cycles of energy and this kind of never-ending self-fulfilling prophecy of energy, because you burn yourself out trying to get through something, and then you think it's petered out and you're okay, and then the arsehole comes back and starts again type energy. And we've got the Ring of Fire, so that's what I'm seeing there. And it does affect you it affects you spiritually, mentally, all those things. It just sort of weighs you down a little bit. So that's how I am seeing this card. These two are a very unusual pairing. That's why I think it is linked to where I'm going. And then with the goddess, obviously, that does link back to my previous prompt with the letter that I wish to release under the moon. So I think she's just telling me to go ahead and release under the moon here. Now, let's get to the witchy section. That's the divination, difficult section. Let's get to the fun creative. Create a magical house wash to cleanse the energy of the home from all negativities. One that you can use to wash the woodwork and all the hard surfaces, including the floors. Something I actually like doing. I like boiling up pans to fragrance the house. Simmer pots, as they're more commonly called. I do like to create a simmer pot, especially, this time of year when it's a bit cold and miserable. And then that simmer pot, rather than throwing it away, I do like to strain it through and then use that water, because it's been infused with all those lovely properties and herbs and smells. And then I like to use that to throw into my bucket to wash the floors, or again to dip a cloth in to go around and just cleanse a few of the doorways and things. So that is something I'm very familiar with doing. And I thought I might just try this out with the medieval Hedge Witch enchanted spell oracle from Priestess Moon. I just thought we'd see, does this deck, because it's got trees and spells and intentions in it, I just thought we'd see if this throws out anything interesting that I can do. So I have written a little thing down. What can I do to cleanse my energy and bring in changes? Oh, wait a minute. Rewind. Okay. I've just realised what's down here. This is what happens with hindsight. These aren't together. These are 3 cards. This is the 4th card. This is, what is it I'm in need of cutting loose? So I need to change something. I need to cut some chains, something that's tying, binding me. I need to cut it loose. How is this energy affecting me? It's affecting my overall happiness, okay? How do I raise my energetic vibration? It's here. Although what I said previously would make perfect sense, because then I had written the 4th one. So 3 cards have come out. What can I do to cleanse my energy and bring in changes? There it is, the goddess. Then what I've done is here, I've brought a deck out to see if it throws out anything useful for cleansing or creating my cleanse with. I just want to see, out of interest, from a spell deck, or, you could now pull out herb decks, anything like that. What type of tool, energy, oils, herb, item from the earth should I use in my cleansing? What sort of product would be good to put in my cleansing? Oops. Faith. And the angel said unto her, thou shalt give birch to the sun. Okay, thou shalt give birch to the sun. So you're suggesting birchwood. Interesting. I think I actually had some birchwood delivered this morning. And we have innocence. Okay, we've got pear, apple, poppy, daisy, rose, mint. Well, there's a whole bunch there. This is why I like this one. Let's just take a look in the book for this. I think it's alphabetical. Innocence. Let's just see faith for a minute. Faith. Angelic message, trust, surrender. The sweet, heady fragrance of lily has long been associated with visitations from the angels and is very similar to the uplifting perfume of the exotic ylang ylang. I did not know that, actually. In medicine, it is used for its calming and astringent properties and to reduce inflammation on the metaphysical level. Lilies have been associated with pure heart and return of joy after a period of sadness. The use of a lily on the body is said to purify the soul. That's really curious, isn't it? So perhaps that's something for me. Maybe that's something for me. And I kid you not, I can actually smell lily. Oh, that's amazing. I can smell lily. I'm not wearing any perfume other than a soap brand that I will not be buying any further because it's become a bit controversial. Symbolism of the card. So faith depicting the priestess of faith is an angel, heavenly messenger. Okay. Brings glad tidings of promise and happiness after a time of sorrow. If that all links into this, I'm very pleased to hear this. Divination, the priestess of faith is here to let you know that you will just have to trust that the angels have everything and doing everything to work out for its best. Okay, so we're going to trust in everyone. And then we have a lily light ritual. Bringing the calming and joyful energy of the lily into your home is simple. Treat yourself to a large bunch of lilies whenever you want to be open to the message from the angels. Place them in a fresh water of your favourite vase or I can do that. Light a white candle and place it in front of the lilies, affirming that everything will work out in a wonderful way. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can grab some lilies and pop them in a lovely vase because I do enjoy lilies. I love them. They smell beautiful. Oh, we're going to do innocence, aren't we? Innocence. Sweet, gentle and worthy. 7 daisies ritual. Symbolism of the card. Being surrounded by nature in a wooded glen. Pink soft. Okay, when the innocence card appears, it sends a gentle reminder that feelings of guilt are seldom helpful as humans. We are but flawed vessels and we all make mistakes. Okay. So it feels like it's telling me not to dwell here. Feelings of guilt and shame often settle in the sacral chakra. Yep, because I would say it does. You know, you get that like gut-wrenching, sicky feeling. Definitely in the sacral chakra. Innocence helps us to remember that we are all divine spiritual beings having a physical experience. I'm definitely having a physical experience, peoples. 7 daisies ritual, powerful ritual to cleanse feelings of guilt. Don't think I have any of those, but okay. Maybe I can aim it at someone. Take an A4 size piece of white cloth, 7 fresh daisies and a small clear quartz crystal. Place the daisies and quartz into the cloth, fold it over, sew up the edges of the material. This action will trap your feelings of guilt and low self-esteem so that they may be taken away. Innocent energy. The clear quartz crystal will clear up any residual negative feelings. Bury this package in your garden and feel any unhappy emotions drain into the earth. Okie dokie. It's interesting. It's not quite what I was looking for, but I'm thinking that the herbs within the card might be what I'll use in my cleansing. So I do have rose oil and petals. I think I've got some poppy seeds. Apple. Do I have any apple or pear? I don't think I have any apple or pear, but I do have some mint in the freezer. Some fresh mint in the freezer that I could pull out as well. So we could do mint, rose and poppy within my simmer pot to then create my cleansing potion. Now, moving on from this is how do I then look into creating my cleansing pot? So I've grabbed a few books that are just local. There's more upstairs, but I'm not upstairs, I'm downstairs. So I picked up the Wart Cunning by Nigel Pearson. For those in the UK, this is actually something that you might like. So we have a folk magic herbal and a folk medicine herbal. So we're looking at magic herbal. I'll turn the book upside down. I don't use this often. It's been probably a year or so since I've looked at this, or maybe more. Maybe it's been 2 years. I think it's been 2 years since I went on my witch's retreat at Boscastle and bought this. Time is going by quickly. So let's just see if there's anything in here. So it's just plants in alphabetical. And then if we're in the medicinal section, just so you see, habitat code plants again, A to Z. So I wouldn't go looking for protection in this book. I'm looking for the actual herb. So we can go to mint and take a little look. If you heard that, that's my stomach. It's nearly lunchtime. So we've got some information there on mother's wort. I didn't know you should only pick mugwort should be picked on St. John's Eve for protection. So divination, clairvoyance, mullion. They didn't give me any mint, did it? Oh, alphabetical. No, it didn't. No mint. Nettle is related to mint. Is that the next closest thing? Nettle is related to Mars. Magically speaking, nettle is associated with planet Mars, can be used for acts of energy, drive, passion, perhaps revenge, to remove a curse that has been laid against you, return to sender stuff. A poppet with nettle for counter magic, keeps them in charm bags about your person. Carrying nettle to ward off ghosts and malefic spirits, whilst dried and sprinkled around the home or your property has the same effect. Throw a bunch of nettle tops onto the fire during a thunderstorm and you will be protected from lightning. That's really interesting. I love that piece of old lore. Using nettle as an amulet worn with a twist of yarrow not only helps with your fears, strengthens courage, but keeps negativity at a far distance. Nettle is a fiery plant. It also has been used in folk magic to promote lust and sex magic charms, used in poppets and charms bags for this purpose or in a magical bath. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So there's one book. Anyway, it's a curious little book. They're not expensive. As I say, I got this from the Museum of Magic and Witchcraft. I think you can also get it from Troy Books because it clearly is published by Troy Books. So Troy Books if you're in the UK. From the Flickering Cauldron, The Witch's Companion Volume 1. There is a walkthrough on my channel for this, just to show you some of the stuff in here. But this is, but obviously Volume 1 means Volume 2 is coming, hopefully soon. What have we got? So it's got an introduction to herbs in here, I do believe. 1,000 potions, gemstones, sigils, spells, casting spells, creating spells, resins, herbs and magic. So should we have a look at herbs and magic and their correspondences? So looking for chapter 4, pages 117. Yes, this matches my favourite diary. My moon diary. So this is one of their companion books. So chapter 4, herbs and magic. So I give you a lovely introduction, explaining what you can and can't do, do's and don'ts. And then we have a couple of herbs in here. So I don't know how many are in here, but obviously the idea is this is to get you going. Chicory. So they give you information on echinacea and then you get a work page to work with it yourself. Licorice, mandrake, tobacco. I don't have any tobacco. I ought to, but I don't. I've got plantain. Another good one for using for making balms, isn't it? Plantain. Red, poppy, feminine, water, moon. Love, pleasure, sleep, luck, prophecy, dream magic, spirituality, invisibility, fertility, abundance, honouring the dead. So I'm seeing in there for pleasure, sleep, luck, abundance would be the reasons I might want to use poppy in my creating my wash. I have valerian, actually. I have valerian. Valerian does protection and counter spells. Ooh, I could chuck some valerian in. Let's make a list. Mint and nettle. Oh, rose. It's always good for a touch of softness and Mother Earth, grounding energy. Oh yeah, and then we've got pages to do your own. Right, so that's it. So we're going to go there for that. But I just thought to show you because it's a great book. I do like flick in and out of this for certain bits of information. It's lovely to have. And then from the same company, they have their Book of Connections, which is an A to Z. And here it is. My Book of Connections is my book of A to Z. So I have already put in here, look, so I have got under P for protection, I have listed a bunch of herbs that you might use if you wanted to create a protection wash for the house, or anything that you wanted for protection. So if I'm doing a house cleanse this time of year, I might be looking to bring in some elements of protection while I'm doing it. I've created some sigils that I might use for my protection, which I might draw into my water while I'm stirring. If I want to do protection and prosperity, so here I've got one actually in here, look. Pine needles are really good for purifying and cleansing and getting rid of negativity, especially if it's combined with cinnamon and nutmeg, then you can attract money at the same time. So I do like pine needles. Pine cone is good for burning, for protection. So some of my list here, so we've got mint, eucalyptus is fantastic, rosemary, pine needles, sage, spearmint, lime, cedarwood, black pepper, frankincense, cinnamon, bergamot, holly, lavender, and then some crystals here. I've got obsidian, tourmaline and pyrite. Protection and prosperity floor wash, hot water, a few drops of soap for cleansing. Then I'm adding 6 drops of peppermint oil, 6 drops of eucalyptus oil, 4 drops of tea tree oil. For my doors and windows, I will then add 6 drops of cinnamon oil to use it on to wash my door, window, and frames to bring in the prosperity. So as a protection, prosperity, or protection wash, it's this one. And if I want to bring in prosperity, it's all of this. Hope that made sense. Right. Let's journal all of this information, shall we? So I'm in my note shelf journal, the one I've downloaded from Rochelle at Amethyst Ascensions. And I have copied up some of the information there. So I've copied the header, I've copied this one here. So what we're going to do is change my text. Now, for those who know me, I like to stick a little something down here. So we're going to go find something to add. Hopefully this is going to work today because I'm a bit far away from the old signal. What have we got? What have we got? Can't make them any bigger. Sorry, that's me trying to make them bigger. A light bulb, that looks quite good. Quite like the light bulb. Books. Snappy books. Somebody helping somebody else. I like that one. Let's have a look. I think I like that one. Oh. You can only move. Oh, goodness sakes. Because my fingers are so cold, so I can only move it around so much. So that's how I get that down there. Do I want anything in the background here? We could do, but actually I need some text first. So I'm just going to put you on pause while I type it out. 1 second. Okay, so I've now typed in my prompt here. So it takes me too long. I'm not a typer, so that's why I put you on hold. Now I'm going to take a picture of my spread and put it in here. So let's go to that bit. Okay, I'm ready to add my pictures to my spread. So click on my page, click the add button, photo, and we are going to use, I can only do one at a time. Sorry, it gets annoying because my fingers are so cold. We've got 1. We're going to add the next one. Just quite quick once you get going. 2. Actually, whoops. I need to make the time a bit smaller. Let's get 3 in there. Okay, so 1. So they do work with these. If you cross through the middle, making it smaller or bigger, it flips, reverses, changes what you're doing. So you can only go up a certain direction. What should I do here? Should I put it there maybe? Because I can rearrange all this as well. And then 2 bonus. 1, 2. I have no idea if my pen would do this faster. It's never charged. Okay, that's where we're at with this. Double tap to get a text box. And then I want to speak. 1. What is it I'm in need of cutting loose? Full stop. 2. How is this energy affecting me? 3. How can I raise my energetic vibration? 4. What can I do to cleanse my energy and bring in changes? Suggested herbs to create my house cleansing water. Poppy seeds. Valerian root. Rose. Mint and nettle. Okay, let's make some magical house wash. I have some of my standard oils that I use for making house washes with. I have different oils around the And so I've got out ready to go. We have eucalyptus, a peppermint. I ran out of my peppermint because I go through it very quickly. So we have a peppermint, I have cinnamon, and a rosemary. I have some mint here, just taken out of the freezer, so you just see it defrosts really quickly, so it's just defrosting. I do have a fresh apple, it's kind of on its turn, so it's from the garden, but it's one that hasn't been eaten in time, so I can smell it's ripe, so I'm not sure whether I want to use this one or not, but I've got it here just in case. And I also have some good old ground cinnamon, if I do choose to do something with those. Obviously candle for some atmospherics. We have a pan on the hob ready to go, but what I don't have is any fresh rosemary, so we're going to go and get some fresh rosemary. Okay, the storm's just picking up, so excuse the wind and the noises and creaking. So we have a huge, this is huge, I love this rosemary bush, but it's massive. I've cut it back so much since we've lived here. Here's how we do this with one hand. So if we come down, I've got the storm just coming in, so just ignore the excitement happening around me. Not the right scissors coming out, okay, let's get to impressed. Right, back pair of scissors. This should, look at that. Easy peasy, make light work of it. It's got a nice big sprig of rosemary. So let's just look for something that it won't mind me borrowing. I don't think I need many, so perhaps I'm going to go with this one. Okay, we have a rose hip. Got some thorns on there. Let's go back in. One more thing before I went in, excuse my fingers, is I thought we might gather some holly. So I've come to see what's dropped. And this is a particularly ferocious holly, so one of these should be plenty for what I've got in store. Okay, so we have managed to get ourselves some amazing fresh rosemary from the garden. Nice big sprig, I can smell it. Smelly vision is amazing right now for rosemary. I've decided to pick one of these up, see if you can work out why. I think it kind of speaks for itself. It has hidden depth, I think is what I say about this one. So I've grabbed that one. And the the rose hip branches that you saw me come and get. So got a nice bit of plant to use here. So dog rose or rose hip, depending on how you know them. And last but not least, the most ferocious holly in the land. This is so bad that even when it's a skeleton in the garden, it hurts when you stand on it. It goes through flip-flops. It's not pleasant. The dogs don't go down to that part of the garden when it's shedding, because even they experience a lot of pain with this. So one of these bad boys is going to be plenty, trust me. It looks like we got our bits just in time. Look, this is 5 minutes later. So what I do want is that under there. Okay, so I've taken what I needed and I've brought the washed empty pot back out, put it here to gather more rainwater and stormwater because we have a storm coming. Okay, where are we at? In my pot, I have my fresh ingredients and the water that I've just collected from outside, which I started collecting in a thunderstorm a week ago, and that's rainwater and stormwater. Now let's add some bits and bobs. I'm feeling drawn to frankincense. No, I'm not. What am I talking about? Frankincense is here. But we'll start with a little bit extra rosemary because it's such a gorgeous smell. Takes a while to come out. There we go. Frankincense. Oops, that came a bit too fast. That might be more than 6 drops now. This one definitely comes out fast. Thirteen. Peppermint. And eucalyptus. I have to smell that because it smells so good. I only want a few of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be plenty. Sorry, I'm probably making you feel really sick doing exactly what I don't like people doing. Okay, now I do want to top the water up in here because it's a simmer pot at the end of the day. Bring it to my kettle. Now, what I'm not trying to create, for those that are unsure, is an entire 10-litre bucket of water to wash my house with. I'm creating something that gives off a scent and smell to vaporise in the home, so cleansing in the vapour and the air. And then from that, I will use it to add more water to wash the woodwork, and then it will go into my bucket with further water and some soap, obviously, to help cleanse the rest of the floors and the hardwood, because we do need detergent to help clean things out as well. Oils aren't it all on their own, but the rosemary has a great antiseptic property. And there we go. That's probably a lot more than I need. It's because I was talking. So I'm going to pop this on the stove. Oh, I can tell you, the eucalyptus and peppermint, some of my favourite smells. So there we go. And I'm just going to get that to boil, and then I'm going to lower it down to a very, very gentle rolling simmer. Because I've used boiling water, it's there already, look. And I'll take it down to very low. So it'll just simmer and infuse. You can see all the steam coming off. Gorgeous. And we'll pop back later. Okay, we can see this is neatly starting to, you see the level has dropped, so it has been infusing my downstairs of the house with the most beautiful fragrance and smell, and we can see the water is turning a slight tinge as it's absorbing and taking out the properties of the fresh herbs and items that we put in there to steep and infuse and enrich the waters. Whilst this has been going on, yes, I'm in a different place for anyone that's keen-eyed and spotted that the worktop is now on this side. I wanted to just mention Florida water. If you have this kicking around, this is equally as good. So if you're not wanting to create something like this, this will do your job perfectly. As would bleach, as would disinfectant, something like fairy, what you wash dishes with. And I have special cloths that I use for my magical waters when I use them. I don't just use everyday cleaning cloths. They are everyday cleaning cloths. They're ones I use specifically for certain things. So I have a bunch of cloths that I have set aside for that. And you can see we're just burning away. Now the pot didn't want me to disturb it, so I think I'm going to use it in a slightly different way to how I originally said. Yet to be determined. It might just be for the woodwork and not for the floors. So I've gone ahead and cleansed my floors with bleach and hot soapy water. And I have put my dinner on. So on this side, I needed this ring, so I've started bubbling away my dinner. And I have some, so don't worry about the state of my oven. But in there, I have some amazing apple crumble cooking, and then we have roast cooking in the top. So I'm very much looking forward to dinner. And I've made myself a cup of tea, and we have some snacks to share with myself and the dogs because they love carrots, absolutely love carrots. And we're going to sit in front of the fire. Well, I think that's probably it for me for prompt 4. I hope you've been inspired magically and cartomancy-wise, divination. And I look forward to please sharing your VRs, your responses, your photos, and your thoughts on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, put the hashtag in, hashtag bewitched seasonal spread, and I will find you. And of course on YouTube, again, same thing. Tag me at Antoinette Tarot or with the hashtag. And I would love to see this kind of, roll out and see what you're doing for this season, because it's this is how I love to learn and share. This is where my knowledge and experience comes from, is playing with you. Well, not playing with you, but playing along with you and sharing and trying out things that others suggest, because we don't all know it all, and it's a lot to learn on our own. Until next one, take care. Bye-bye.